Hello there everybody, Sam Strains here, welcome back to the Railway and welcome back to the Model Railway News. Well, we made it, I guess, to 2025. I hope you're all doing okay and I hope you're all ready for hopefully what will be an amazing year of more model trains. This actually marks 6 years of the Model Railway News, which is astonishing to me. I've just looked it up. Can't believe I've been making these for as long as that. It feels just like yesterday that I started, but I suppose that is just the way time flies these days, isn't it? And there's nothing that makes time fly quite like new models getting announced and released and then the cycle starts again. It's an amazing industry. So let's talk about what's happening this month. And we're going to kick off strong with Accurascale because remarkably soon after they showed us the engineering prototypes for their Hunslet austerities last year, they now have a full set of decorated samples to show us. And as expected, yeah, these obviously look stunning, especially the LNER version in this kind of desert sand khaki livery, which is every bit as unusual yet handsome looking as I'd hoped. They all look good though, of course, and another notable one for me is the United Steel Company, which is in a kind of maroon livery with the orange/gold lining. Wow, looks a lot different from the sort of khaki one, doesn't it? So another fascinating innovation is this. It is the introduction of transparent NEM couplings. I think the idea is here to make them a little bit less noticeable because obviously those NEM tension lock couplings, they're not a realistic part of any model, are they? The big question though is, what do you think about these? Do you prefer it or do you prefer the traditional black version? The good news is these are optional parts, so Accurascale with the Hunslets are going to be providing the traditional black ones and also the transparent ones, so even if you don't like the transparent ones, you haven't got to use them. The other odd thing is that the hooks themselves are still in the traditional black colour. But if you think about it, that does actually make sense, because if the hooks were transparent as well, then it would look like there was nothing coupling the stock together, and that would look really strange. Plus those hooks are made of metal, they're not plastic, so they kind of have to be opaque anyway. So yeah, do comment down below, let me know what you think about it. I think for me personally, I get it, I understand why they're doing this, and I do think some people will prefer it. I think for me though, I'm not really that fussed. Yeah, I think if all of my rolling stock had those couplings, then yes, it would be an improvement. But let's be honest, all of the rolling stock in the world at the moment has black opaque couplings. So these austerities having clear ones, that's going to look a bit strange, isn't it? No doubt Accurascale will release these couplings so that you can buy them and swap out the couplings on your existing stock, but how many would I need if I was going to do that? A couple of thousand? Yeah, that's going to cost a lot. So yeah, I think unfortunately for me, the black NEM couplings are the standard, and any model that doesn't have those is just going to stand out weirdly. But yeah, let me know what you think. And the good news about the austerities is that they've obviously progressed quite quickly. The bad news is that now the waiting game begins. Accurascale have said that there are some tweaks still to be made to these liveries, which tells us that these models haven't gone into production yet, and the estimated delivery is Q2 of 2026, which is obviously just over a year away at the moment, suggesting that maybe there are some other products in the queue before these are due to be manufactured. So it's going to be over a year now before we get these, if that's anything to go by. So yeah, a bit of a wait, but really looking forward to these, and they do look amazing. Just before New Year, I reviewed Accurascale's new Andrew Barclay saddle tank, and I, like many others, noticed an issue with the motor mount, whereby the motor can easily come loose, causing the locomotive to lose drive. Now, previously Accurascale had advised people on how to fix it. I believe the fix was just push the motor back into position and hope that it doesn't come out again. But now they've come out with something a bit more concrete for us, which is a better solution. So they've said that firstly, they've worked with the factory to have new motor mounts produced, and that means any new Andrew Barclay that's in stock to buy at the moment will have the updated motor mount, so hopefully this will not be an issue with those. Also, they've said that all of the Andrew Barclays that have sold, they say the lifetime warranty applies, so that anybody with an issue with an Andrew Barclay is entitled to either a new motor mount, which they'll send you to fit yourself, or you can return your loco to Accurascale to have it repaired by them. So I think this is a great response to a pretty unfortunate situation, but it does mean that anybody with an issue with an Andrew Barclay now has a pretty good solution going forward. So well done, Accurascale, and can't wait for those austerities. Okay, next up, let's talk a bit about Sonic models, and I think my favourite Sonic models model that I've seen so far would be the Great Central A5 in 00 scale. Brilliant model that, and just last year they announced that they would be doing this model in N scale. Well, just now there's been an update on that model because they revealed engineering prototypes for it. So these are shots from the tooling, so tooling is complete. They do say that these are pretty early shots, and thankfully this is just here to give us a rough idea of what the models will be like, so the final models won't be painted or assembled like this, which I'm pretty glad to see because these are a bit messy. But again, the idea here is not to show what the final product will be like, it's just to check that the things actually fit together in a sort of fashion. But these photos do tell us a fair bit about the model. First of all, it appears to have turned metal safety valves, which look great. That suggests quality, doesn't it? Also, the handrails and the pipework and such, these are separately fitted, not just part of the moulding. And they also look particularly fine for N scale, don't you think? Looking at these photos, it's quite easy to forget that this is N scale. I keep finding myself thinking this is a 00 model I'm looking at. So yeah, very, very fine detail parts. The coupling rods don't look too chunky either, which is good. Also, you can see there's no real cab space on this sample. Looks as though we've got a circuit board, maybe the DCC socket, very prominent in there. Maybe that's a temporary thing, maybe that'll be fixed for the final model, or maybe that's how they're going to look, I'm not too sure. But anyway, these are available to pre-order for £139.95, and I do have affiliate links in the description. So interested to see how these progress. Maybe next up will be decorated samples. That'll be nice to see. Up next then, an update from KR Models and also the Bullied Leader. Now, unfortunately, having reassured customers that you will have it before Christmas, that didn't come to pass, at least not for me and plenty others. But looking online, it seems people are now receiving the models now that it's January, and at the time of filming, I'm hoping to get mine today or tomorrow so that I can get the thing reviewed for you. But this has happened not before Rails of Sheffield got them in stock, which means that you could have actually ordered and paid for your Bullied Leader in January 2025 and got it from Rails of Sheffield faster than you could if you ordered it from KR Models direct and paid for it years ago. Yeah, that's not great, is it? Now, obviously, I'm an adult. I'm not throwing my toys out of my pram because I've had to wait. That is fine, but it does kind of feel like we'd be better off not to pre-order models from KR anymore if it's going to be just as quick or even quicker to just order it from a retailer. Now, customers I'm sure would be happy to do that, but that might be a problem for KR Models who may rely on the pre-order money to actually fund their projects. So yeah, is this the end of the KR Models pay now, receive later model? Well, I don't know. Perhaps plenty of customers will be happy to continue paying years in advance for models that they won't get until after the retailers get them or whatnot. But for me, yes, this is the end. I am not going to be paying in advance for any more models from KR Models. Because of this, and also because of the state of their models generally, and the inconsistency and the lack of communication and whatnot. So yeah, going forwards, I think I'll wait until the models are actually out and ready to order before I bite the bullet, and I recommend you do the same. Having said that, I wait with bated breath to review my Bullied Leader, a Bullied Leader that I bought and paid for in full back in October 2022 for £185, and in that time I could have made about £15 in interest on that money. So yeah, Bullied Leaders, a bit of an annoying situation really, but hopefully I'll have a review on that very soon for you. Up next then, a bit about Clark Railworks. So a big question with Clark Railworks is when are they going to reveal the decorated samples for their LNER liveried quad art coaches? They showed off the liveries for some of the other coaches quite a while ago, but people were still left waiting for the LNER one. Until now. Yes, they've posted the samples at last, which look very, very fancy indeed. These really are awesome coaches, actually. I saw some samples for myself at the exhibition in November. Now, I think some of the close-up photos do make the teak effects look a little bit grainy, which is kind of typical with UV printing. I think unless it is just the photo, you know, it might look different in person. I would say I've seen better than that, particularly for, I think it's, what, £325 for a pack of 4. So yeah, expensive coaches, but at least from a distance, they look absolutely stunning. And you can also see the interior detail from back here as well, which is just kind of unprecedented in 00 coaches. Here's a closer look at what that looks like. And these coaches, along with the other liveries, are pre-orderable now, so check out the links in the description if you're interested. Up next then, Dapol are continuing their domination of the affordable rolling stock market with yet more highly decorated vans. They've announced a new batch of these vans, this time with a kind of VE Day theme to commemorate the 80th anniversary later on this year. They've revealed a few different designs and they're all very tasteful and quite nicely done, to be honest. And the quality of the paint on these wagons looks excellent as well. I believe Dapol got a new UV printer not long ago, and yeah, as such the quality of their UV printed rolling stock seems to have gone through the roof. As well as being a lovely idea, these wagons are still extremely affordable. So £12.92 at the retailers for a pristine wagon, and just £1 or so more for a weathered version at £13.94. They've also got some N-scale versions, which are even cheaper. The pristine one, for example, is available for a tenner. Can't go wrong with that, can you? So again, links down in the description. Another great new product from Dapol recently announced was this. This is a Seabrooks Crisps wagon, which actually comes complete with a bag of crisps for you to enjoy. And I actually love Seabrook crisps, I have those quite a lot, so I was excited to see this. And what a great looking livery this is as well, with the bright red for the ready salted flavour, I believe. And amusingly, these are £19.95 each, so if we subtract the price of a VE Day wagon, we're left with the price of the bag of crisps, or chips if you're in America, which is £7. Astonishing value there for a pack of Seabrooks crisps or chips, which are generally pretty cheap. So yeah, it's a rare opportunity to own the most expensive bag of Seabrooks ready salted crisps you will ever get. So there you go. Anyway, it's a nice looking wagon and a novel idea, so I will forgive them for that, I think. Moving away from the wagon theme, Dapol have revealed samples for their upcoming Class 88, which is exclusive to Rails of Sheffield, and just look at these things. Have you ever seen such complex decoration on an electric locomotive? Yeah, the paint job is immense. I wonder if these graphics are UV printed. Maybe they are, knowing Dapol. Anyway, stunning looking models, and it's a rare opportunity to own a Class 88 as well, of course. So if you're interested in pre-ordering one of these, once again, I've got affiliate links in the description. Okay, finally then, let's talk a bit about the new releases that we've seen over the past month or so, and there's been a surprising amount, with more on the way soon. So first of all, Locomotion number 1 by Hornby. I've heard that there were issues with these, and it seems as though some people have had problems with them, but for once I didn't experience any, and I actually thought this thing was a cracking model, and of course mesmerising to watch run as well. So check out my review if you're interested in that. It was a really lovely model. Up next, Rapido released their Jones Goods, which I would say is flat out one of the best Rapido locomotives I've ever seen. Plus it has some incredible performance to boot, as you can see, a really lovely runner. So again, this is one to check out if you haven't already. And the Jones Goods made me very excited to review yet another Rapido locomotive which has just come out, and that is the Stirling Single. Now, this is not a new loco, it has been available before as a Locomotion Models exclusive, but it's now available as a sort of general non-exclusive release, making it more accessible and, more importantly, more affordable than it was before. So looking forward to finally trying one of those, and stay tuned because I'm hoping to have the review ready pretty soon. Next, another release from Hornby. This was the TT Scale Class 66, and I have actually reviewed one of these already. I won't give you any spoilers in this video, but I will say this is a model worth seeing, so again, stay tuned for that review. Anyway, that is all I've got to say in this episode of the Model Railway News, so thank you very much for watching. As always, if there's something that you think deserves a mention that I missed, please do comment down below and let me know about that. But for now, Happy New Year, and I'll see you again for more reviews and more different videos besides reviews too. So thanks again, you take care, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers everybody.